caught me eating Reese's Pieces. If Keon's watching, I know he's shaking his head right now.
What's wrong with Reese's Pieces?
We're breaking the diet.
I'm on vacation.
So, Leon versus Chance, you know that's going to be interesting every single time.
Leon's trying to get coaching from the commentators? Dude. We're working over here.
Hey, yeah, I'm working
I'm working here, man.
Yeah, man.
Come on now.
Yeah, get someone else in your corner. Get another ring man.
There's no amount of advice that we could give
Yeah,
to beat Chance.
You should be more worried about the draw than the pad, for sure.
We should honestly probably just watch Kigha Bluebuster because that's
Yes.
nothing interesting is gonna happen over there.
I need to just turn off visibility on this and turn visibility on.
Leon is still in a
but
sweats
listen,
and hoodie.
Look, there's no Tech 20s in the pack, so anything can happen. All right. If we had Tech 20s, then obviously we know who this would go to. So it's Kigha versus Bluebuster as well, which, I mean, Bluebuster's a hard one to really, like, you obviously know what a great player he is, but it's hard to know how much ITG's been playing, or how much DDR. You know, he's a super strong DDR player.
He's been playing more.
But he's in top 8, so he couldn't have, definitely no slouch, so.
He's also been playing more SMX, but he says, you know, grinding for APC is just kind of boring. A little too easy.
To a certain extent, I can see that. But he's just such a well-rounded player that's kind of hard to like know exactly what's going to happen to him based on the draw. But Kigha is a FA demon for sure. We know that she's usually a fair pick to get into top 4.
However, she is also a serial underplayer. So if she ever tells you, like, oh, she's been playing really bad, or oh man, she's been pretty rough training, like, do not trust anything that she says. She's lying. She's
all BS.
She's a demon. Absolutely.
Man, I love the audience cam. So good.
So much to see.
Yeah,
so much to do. So much to talk about.
Everyone's locked in, man. I mean, some people are playing on the free play setups to get the bug out of their system, but everyone is locked in at these
Locked
matches.
in. Yo, shout out to Locked In.
Yeah.
Shout out to Locked In.
But everyone really just wants to see Leon play. As much as we hate to admit it, we've been deprived of Leon content for too long. And he's here in the flesh.
No. Unless you are on Facebook, you maybe get a little too much of him. As Leon recently learned that you can get paid to rage bait people on Facebook.
That is true. I mean, well, if anything, he learned that from me 6-7 years ago.
Yo, how many years ago?
Yeah, about 6 or 7.
Yeah. And on Instagram, all he does is post his abs.
That's true.
Yeah.
So he did not know that the tournament was ending today.
And there's our goat. Look at him.
Sure, he paced himself accordingly.
Look at this guy. Look at him.
All smiles, all the
All
smiles.
smiles. Yeah, I've never seen a frown on this man.
That is the ITL Online 2025 and the Project Storm ITG 2025 champion.
Yep.
All in the same year. That's the closest you get to a Grand Slam.
It's true, and then it's like we even had Chance play, like he plays on an LSEC, on a SMX pad at home. He likes to play Stamtech content, obviously, and then you wonder, is he the type of player that will really capitalize on ITL but can't really bring it in a head-to-head scenario? And he really proved, I would say proven him wrong, but he really solidified his well-roundedness at Storm last year. Yes, he is a demon when it comes to getting RP and playing hard stuff, but he can also hold his own in the head-to-head scenario.
That's the thing. Chance plays on a pretty suboptimal setup, and like when he comes down to here, he's fixing his setup in 4 ways. 1, he's playing on a monitor at eye level. 2, he's not playing on a MacBook. 3, he's not playing on SMX software.
Exactly.
And 4, he's at ground level. He gets all the oxygen. He lives in Colorado.
It was like 3,000 feet.
Something ridiculous elevation, super thin air. Yeah, there was a tournament I went to. It's the first one that Chance went to. I'm like, oh, do you feel like you get a bump when you're at ground level? He's like, oh, no, not really. But then the next day, he was playing like ICB doubles and like Tech SRT at the same time. Came up to me later, he's like, you know what, never mind. I definitely feel a lot better down here. have audio lag.
Yeah, I think when it comes to certain buffs like that, like you think about like elevation buffs, like if you play at high elevation and come down, or most notably like for someone that maybe has like lost a lot of weight, people always assume like it definitely must feel like a lot easier. And I think you may not notice it right away. It just feels like you're playing normally, but then you just start performing a lot better, and then it becomes hard to argue against it. Myself, for example, this past year I lost about 40 pounds, and that
let's go.
Like,
let's go. That's my boy.
Not to pat myself on the back, but just as an example. But yeah, not to pat myself on the back, but at first I was like, yeah, I mean, it probably like helps a little bit, and then I had like sets where I was starting to truck through 13s and 14s, and I was like not on the ground dying, and I was like, oh, I guess maybe it is a little bit better.
We got the shirt off from Leon trying to out-aura. He's not aura farm chance, but...
Sometimes you got to win the crowd over, and that can really swing things in your favor. Sometimes you got to do some extracurricular things to give yourself an advantage. If you ever play Counter-Strike with me, you know, you can get into that all chat and really start to shake things up a bit. But yeah, aura farming at the tournament can go a long way. You know, you got the crowd backing you. If you play shirtless a little bit, you know, get everyone rooting for you. You know, your opponent might start to get a little shaky. They know no one's in their corner. Now they're starting to sweat a little bit.
I will say, I don't know how Chance will do since there's a severe lack of Colorado flags in the crowd here.
Oh, yeah, it's got to feel
missing a lot.
Feels like it's playing in another country, probably.
Butts 47. What's here? Vito Fuego from Chance. Can't see the other Vito. Vito Sticky from Butts 47.
The Pantolinos protect Submerged Serenade. GG, dude.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, you're not going to beat Chance on that, so we're just calling that now.
I mean, I'm not sure he's beating Chance on anything. I thought about naming a song. I'm not very bullish on Leon.
It's today only. I am not bullish on Leon. Colorado's in the chat. Where you guys at, bro? Why you not here?
Come on, where's Colorado? Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, I flew out from San Jose. You can fly out from Denver. How's flying for you?
Next subject, please.
Moving on. Moving right along.
Moving right along.
Yeah, to people who fly at all costs, just like try your best not to connect in Atlanta.
That was not the issue.
That's one of the issues.
Yeah, but like Atlanta, I think itself was not the issue.
All right, our facts are looking like
Delta was
on this side, Rainbow Rain Parade, Blackbird, and Submerged Serenade. On this side, we've got Granino Pantalones, Submerged Serenade, and Cauliflower. Who are you guys rooting for, Chance or Butts 47? If you're rooting for Chance, make some noise! If you're rooting for Butts 47, make some noise! Only one can win.
They root for Chance, and Leon just gives 2 thumbs down to the crowd.
Oh, man.
Well, they're right into Kigha Pantolinos. This is a bit of an oldie. This is from back in the day. But I think we're going to move over to the other cab and give Bluebuster Kigha a chance to shine here as well. We know the Leon Chance match can be hyped. Oh, never mind, we're back.
Yeah, we'll watch this.
Bit of burst control on this one. I think these 24th runs are actually super comfy. And they're gonna get right into those the talihuas, Reno 16th, or no, it's more than that, the double steps here.
Both players, I think, bleeding the same excellence here. Yeah, no form errors from either player, but yeah, Leon's just stacking up the whites.
Yeah. Rip that 24th round.
I will say that this is a chart that's actually been around for a very long time, and so it's something that Leon is at least familiar with.
Yeah, he's CFA staple for sure. One of these charts like these two, like you get concerned about the burst, obviously, like you don't want to pick up too many excellence, but I really think you can really lose it on the white count on a lot of the crossovers. You have to try to stay within 15 MS as best you can during the more dense sections that don't have the speed.
Oh, straight great from Chance. I don't think it's going to be too consequential right now, but...
You know, it's got half the white count, you know, at this point. But there is that entire last block of density there. It could be the deciding factor. And if you're a fan of Rip, you have seen how this song has ended before in the infamous match between ITG Alex and Rinker, where they tied like 5 times.
Another great from Chance. Great's actually hurt quite a bit.
Do not forget the ending.
4 more notes,
here.
4 more notes.
Come on, Leon, don't forget. GG. You forgot.
Yeah. Did he forget or just putting on a show?
Hard to tell at this stage, but
Yeah.
that's a song 1 win there for Chance to no surprise.
Yeah, I mean, Chance just saying, another day in the office. Another day in the office.
Bring it over to a Rainbow Rave Parade on the other side here.
Yeah. Super, super crazy song, Rainbow Rave Parade. It is an SMX. It is way easier than SMX.
Kigha with 3 and 1 here. Start off, really strong start. And then into the really tricky rhythm section. I mean, this is just spray and pray at its finest, but it's just trying to mitigate as much as you can here and getting through this section. You're just praying for it to end and for you to not have too many excellents or greats or misses.
And look, hey, I know that read speed is a preference, and Bluebuster would beat me any day of the league on that read speed, but dude, a chart like this is extremely hard on the speed this low.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, I guess it's like you have to weigh, what do you want, faster read speed, or do you want to be comfortable performing every pattern that comes up? And I think he's probably electing for the latter.
Yeah, I think this is another lead. I mean, 20 excellence is pretty massive at this level of play, and only an injury or a cramp or something could save Bluebuster here, I think.
Oh, a few misses on Kigha's side though. I mean, I do still think the spread here, if we're going at the same pace.
Well, another miss.
Go too wide, but
And also, there are foot switch stacks at the end of here. We're going to see some triple foot switch stacks.
that is true.
With a crossover mixed into the stacks as well, so...
Yeah. And also the bracket flip switches too. It's going to be really easy to just pick up a straight miss there as well. So
Here we go.
we'll see.
Both players killing it. Yeah, Bluebuster struggling with the brackets. Getting an excellent on each of those.
Here's the crossover in the stacks. Ooh, and I think that was at least a miss there.
Yeah, only one miss.
I still think just way too much of a spread here for Bluebuster to have a chance to bring it back. Yeah, wrapping up. Oh wait.
Nah, yeah, it's
wrapping up
pretty
Rainbow
huge
Rave Parade.
gap.
I mean, definitely not Kigha's greatest performance of the song, but still enough to sneak away that win. And with Submerge, or no, that's Leon's draw.
Yep.
Not sure what they have next up in the draw, but more than likely Kigha will walk away with that victory.
It's gonna be fun to come back to Leon and Chance over here.
Submerge Serenade.
This is exactly the judgment spread I was expecting when we came back to this.
Yep. And if you watched Shine in 2025, you saw the ridiculous match between Chance and Nemo.
Chance quadding with 7 and losing.
Yep.
But I think Chance's 9-1 looks good today.
This is a quintable by Chance at home.
It's just Leon, Chance. You don't gotta try too hard.
Yeah, really tough to keep up the focus at the end of Submerge Serenade because it is kind of an exhausting 12. And then at the end, you have to combine all of the tech that you've done throughout the song with the foot switches and the rolls, and you're doing crossovers as well. It's really easy to just like kind of forget what you're doing in that last few measures.
Who took a screenshot?
I mean, we gotta talk about Chance's consistency. Like, what, 7 whites clean.
Yeah.
This is a quintable chart for him during ITL and just got 12-1.
Neutral pad, yep.
Neutral pad, yeah. I mean, the way he steps, I mean, you can hear his steps from here.
Yeah.
Is that one done? Are we ready to swap?
Yeah, yeah.
So Chance is going to take it. Unfortunately, Butts 47 is going to get a loss. And
Does that mean Leon's out?
I think
Yeah, it's a loser set match. Hey, okay, when we're going back to Kigha versus Bluebuster, I gotta say, Blackbird is actually a very interesting chart for Bluebuster to be playing.
I agree. Are you a form doer on this one?
Absolutely
Are you a doer
not.
at all? Do you do it?
Doer? I hardly know her. No, I mean, Bluebuster is a multi-game aficionado, SMX, incredible at TDR, and I learned recently he's actually expert 1 in comp.
Really?
Yep, 23s. Yep. But with DDR, you just learn how to just hit the notes as you see them, and this is a perfect chart to like exercise that skill set. Like,
yeah, I agree entirely. Yeah, it's just even though this chart is pretty hard to time, it's really easy to just kind of let it go. And to your point, yeah, Bluebuster here with 5 whites at the break. If he can keep this pace up, he can definitely take this win over Kigha on Blackbird.
yeah, it's looking good so far. I mean, the chart does get harder, but
It's just really easy to lose focus. This one can actually, believe it or not, can actually be tiring. You think about like the mental effort to stay within the window. Towards the end of the song, you just kind of like, you've had it, you know? Like, you're just ready for it to be
I
over.
agree. I agree with that at home.
Yeah.
And we're live.
Those patterns there on those swing gallops can be quite tricky. So it's kind of hard to describe the tech that's gonna happen in a few measures or so, but it's just a combination of some crossovers in the swing gallops and then some forced double steps, but occurring while the crossover is being done. So
But this
you're,
is
like,
this
double
is
stepping out of the crossover.
I mean, Bluebuster's actually going to get rewarded now for the read speed that he chooses, because now nothing's going to catch him by surprise. You can really like see the notes early and choose your own adventure here. It's neck and neck right now, I gotta say, but Bluebuster's up right now.
I just need a clean ending. And maybe this is where that slow read speed actually becomes beneficial.
Yeah, bring it home. Nice and easy. There you go!
Let's go!
Look at him go! Look at him! Look at him doing the... Doing this little bit of...
Oh yeah, doing the...
Let's go!
Doing the
Yes,
baby.
sir! Demon mode. Demon mode.
That was hype, but Submerged Serenade, I would be floored if Kigha did not wipe the floor with this one. I mean, we know the FA potential on Kigha. She can be super locked in, especially if the density is consistent. And this is one of those type of songs where, as long as you lock in early, it's just smooth sailing.
I'm never ruling out Bluebuster on something like this. I think it's not hard enough.
Think so?
Yeah, I'm not ruling him out.
All right.
Yeah.
Chat, what you got to say?
Remember, this
Who
is
you
the
rooting
guy.
for?
Dude, there's a fun story where Bluebuster, if you guys know Slaughter, extremely technical chart. Bluebuster learned that by playing it a couple times on ITGmania on keyboard, and then rolled up to Rip and won like a pretty high-profile match on it first time on pad. You know, so.
Oh, Bluebuster already Kigha already doubled Bluebuster's white count, so it's over.
It's over. Yep. Oh, spoke too soon.
Now Bluebuster doubled
Yeah.
hers.
And you can see the theme of this chart is really just all around these rolls, playing notes around the rolls, and it's just going to scale even more as the chart goes on.
Correct, yeah. If you're not sure what's going on, you're inserting the 16th note on the rolls to complete the pattern. And are you the type that fills in the notes, or do you just kind of do the gallop?
I fill most of them, yeah.
I do not. Well, I'm sure you could have guessed that.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of it, filling it in.
And then no CMON, so you're going to get a little bit of a gradual slowdown here, which most people didn't know was there, but not enough to really make a huge impact, but you can probably pick up a few more whites, or an excellent here in Kigha's case. But as I mentioned, 6-1 here after the break on Kigha's side.
Look, 4 excellence is no slouch of a score, I mean, against Kigha.
When you've got single-digit whites, at this stage of the song, it's just so hard to come back.
Yeah, we got a bit of a break here. I know it doesn't look like it, but at this level, this is definitely this is a break.
Yeah, for sure. The patterning is also super easy to kind of chill out on without bleeding excellence.
Right, and it's Kigha's job here to bring it home.
Stick the landing, just bring it home, nice and easy. And then here we're gonna get those crossovers baked in.
Yeah, with the foot switches to break up the phrasing. 9-2.
So easy to kind of get tripped up on what you're supposed to be doing when you see the rolls coming, but Kigha obviously having no difficulty with that at all. And even getting a lower white count than Chance just got. Kigha taking the match.
There we go. Incredible showing from Bluebuster, but even better showing from Kigha.
Hell yeah. Very good way to finish the match. I think that's going to be a key moment moving forward for Kigha, because I'd say Rainbow Rave Parade and Blackbird did not go super well for her, but Submarine Serenade was a great way to really regain that confidence and really lock in. And now I think she's going to carry a little more momentum going into the next match.
If you want to think about how tight these matches are, I mean, like Chance got 12-1 on that. Kigha just got 10-2.
Yeah, what Leon get?
Who cares? Who cares? The guy busted out? Yeah.